Thursday during the convention, Michael and I did our own side trip. And so we did the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania in the morning, and then right across the street from the museum is the Strasburg Railroad. And so we rode that in the afternoon.
So nowhere on the site did they say today was a day out with Thomas. Well, this will be fun.
After we did the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania in the morning, we did a quick tailgater lunch in the parking lot before we rode the train at Strasburg. The one question that went through our mind was, please, please, please tell us the tickets that we booked in March weren't for us to spend the day riding Thomas, but luckily it was not. We were able to ride behind number 89. We had decided early on when we booked our tickets to ride in one of the open air cars. That way we didn't have to worry about any kind of glare from the window and make sure that we could see all the sights and smells of the steam locomotive. The open air car also doubled as a water ride, as you will see what happens when this young apprentice let the water go from the spout a little too early on this water tank. Now with the spout in the tender as it should be, the steam engine is getting a good healthy drink before we start our journey. Now with the locomotive getting ready to couple up to the end of our train will soon depart for Paradise, Pennsylvania. For the Thomas ride, they did not do the full length out to Paradise, Pennsylvania. They did a smaller trip and ran around their train at the siding and then went back to the station, which for younger kids, that's probably enough of a train ride for them. As we came into Paradise, Pennsylvania, which is the end of the line, and the steam engine would run around our train, we paralleled the electric line that goes to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. The conductor had mentioned that several times it's pretty common to see Amtrak go whizzing by here, and so we had hopes that maybe that would happen on this day. Later on, we found out that Amtrak was down this day due to heat and electrical problems they were having, and so no operations were happening. It takes roughly about 10 minutes for the train to run around itself and couple up to the other end to take us back to the station.
If you're in coach or open air, feel free to stand up, stretch your legs, and put the backrest of your seats back in the opposite direction. We're called out in paradise. We'll be close back to first year in the area. All we have to do is a general safety reminder is that you remain in front of your
We did make a brief stop on our way back as there was a picnic going on, and so families were able to get off the train, have their picnic, and would catch a later train that would take them back to Strasburg. As we were coming into Strasburg, the next Thomas train was heading out, so we passed one another. Pleasant View was the name of the car we rode in, and not only was it a pleasant view, but it was a wonderful train ride.
This is a decoy. This is a Plymouth switch engine with a Rusty name and face. This is not the real Rusty.
Strasburg has been one of those places I have always wanted to visit ever since I got into model railroading, and I will say it did not disappoint. It is definitely very well done. So after a day of basically railroading all day and being outdoors, a person works up an appetite. And so a huge shout out to Anna's Brick Oven Pizza in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The Supreme Pizza was excellent, and it was also good the next day cold. So after we had our pizza, we made our way down to the live auction. I had entered 5 items, 3 under my name, 2 under Michael's name, and so we just were curious to see how things would go at the live auction. The auctions are always very interesting because sometimes you see some items go for some crazy prices. Here's one of the items I entered. It was basically a 64 Lionel / N-Scale series boxcar. They're kind of a collector's item. I had an opening bid on it of $25. It sold for $70. I was very pleased with the outcome. We could only sit in the live auction for so long until we decided, hey, let's check out some of the room sales to kind of end the night. I was able to pick up a couple items for a friend, Chris, back in Iowa, that had sent some items for me to look for on kind of a personal shopping list. Well, I hope you enjoyed this day of our convention. As always, thank you for watching and happy railroading to you.